Hello everyone, thank you for taking the time out to join this session today. So let's start by a quick introduction to your presenters for this session. So firstly, Zafar, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So hi, everybody. My name is Zafar Saleh. I work for Cisco within the Meraki business unit. I work as a strategic sales manager responsible for our what we call two-tier service provider route to market within UKI.
Brilliant, thanks very much. Okay, and then there's myself. So I'm Paul Gibbons. I work in the consultants team here in Chess, and I specialise in ICT and the managed services that we have within the market. Pretty much been in the industry for since I left school, so I've done about 35 years now. And I'm also very much in the managed services side. So I've been doing managed services since the early 90s. So I've kind of a few scars on my back, as they say. So very quickly then, I just thought I'd start this session by saying thanks, Safa, for joining me. But I think with all the changes that's going on within the world at the moment, and in particular in Cisco, I thought it'd be a good starting point to just have a quick chat around what Cisco sees as the customer's main priorities, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're quite right. We're living in pretty transformational times. And there's a lot going on within the IT market and all the challenges our customers need to overcome. We've had COVID as well recently, and now coming out of COVID, we're in the environment that we're in. So priorities, there are many priorities, obviously. A few that come to mind are obviously the sort of hybrid workspace environment. Customers are looking to either attract their workforce back into the office, or if they are working remotely, how to kind of best work in the right way to encourage collaboration between teams. So that's a big topic for organizations. And as part of that is also security. So the security sort of landscape has dramatically changed since over the last few years, and there's a big focus on security. So how can we work together in a collaborative way, but also securely as well? So I would say those are some of the main priorities customers are looking at from our perspective.
Yeah, brilliant. Just to throw one in there as well, Zafar, I don't know if you're to answer this one, but we're hearing a lot around sustainability in particular. What's kind of a priority within Cisco on that side, would you say?
Yeah, I mean that's another area where I would say is also a topic for organizations. So companies are now being scored based on their performance when it comes to environmental initiatives. Us as Cisco as well, it's a big topic for us as well. This is something that we are really focused on, and really we are tuning our message to make sure and our kind of approach so that we are meeting these sort of ESG criteria. And this is another area that is kind of pervasive for all the initiatives that we run for our partners and towards our customers.
Brilliant. Thanks for that one. You hear it all the time at the moment. It's bounced around, but I just wanted to get your feel as to what it actually means. So very quickly then. So that's great that we've all identified the fact that there's these customer challenges out there, but what was Cisco actually doing then to meet some of these priorities, and especially with the innovation that we're seeing coming through at the moment and acquisitions, to be honest, because there's a few acquisitions that are on the horizon that I think is going to change Cisco in particular going forward. But yeah, could you just give us a bit of a guide as to what Cisco's doing to help with this?
Yeah, so I think one of the trends that we're seeing as well is towards as a service and managed services. So fair enough, these are sort of customer priorities, but the ways in which customers want to consume IT is been moving towards more as a service or as a managed service. So we're investing a lot in our teams and in our partners on creating and developing these turnkey managed services or as a service to service customers to meet these objectives and these priorities. So that's a big area where we're focused on. We've made a number of acquisitions. As you know, Cisco has been making acquisitions over the last few years, particularly around cloud security as well. So what we've done is that we've kind of brought together cloud security with our kind of managed services platform on a networking space, particularly around Meraki, to make it easy for customers to consume. And I think the way in which we kind of can best serve customers is through our partners. So we are working with the likes of Chess, investing heavily in Chess to develop these managed services practices that can help customers consume these services in a very easy fashion.
Brilliant. Okay, that's great. It's a good lead on is that because of course we're heavily focused at the moment around getting the audit done for it to get awarded some of these Cisco powered services. But I think from our point of view, we're starting to see a lot more customers that are wanting these services more than ever. So it's not just we're building something that may come, it's the
Yeah.
fact that I think the market's actually wanting these things now. And I think the other thing that I'm seeing from Cisco more and more at the moment is the fact that we're getting into these type of subscription services. So almost like what Microsoft did 3 or 4 years ago, Cisco are now starting to build out these consumption-based solutions. Do you feel that that's going to be the model of Cisco in the future?
Absolutely. I mean, in many ways, it is the model now, particularly on the security side. But also we have technologies when it comes to SD-WAN, LAN, Wi-Fi, and the networking piece as well, where we haven't really delivered that model in a big way, but that's something that we are moving towards as well. If you look at our sort of announcements that's been made, the goal is to have everything consumed from Cisco as a service on a subscription basis. So that's definitely the way in which customers want to consume IT. And that's the way that we are working towards. We're working towards in collaboration with partners like Chess.
Brilliant. Okay, that's wonderful. So just to kind of set the scene with what partners like Chess are doing, we're obviously working very closely with Cisco, and we have been for, in particular, the last 18 months. We also are doing a lot of work around building demo environment so that customers can come and see this technology. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed over the last 6 or 7 months is, and we alluded to it at the beginning of the conversation, the rate of change in technology and what Cisco are constantly bringing to the market. I think it's a challenge for everybody to keep abreast of this and understanding how it fits into each organization. So the demo environment that we're building in collaboration with Cisco that's evolving all the time, and we've just put some software onto it this morning to start to use to demonstrate to customers what the features are. But I think the big one that I'm really seeing is beyond the network. So we're starting to see a lot more around cameras and environmental and some of the software that you can put on there from third parties that are within the trusted space of Cisco, or what they call the market space. Do you see that's something that's going to continue to be developed and that the likes of Chess can bring to the market for customers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we really see our technology as a platform on which customers can run their business. And the conversation is shifting more kind of away from the technology, more towards outcomes. What we've done is we've opened up our platform in the form of APIs. And these APIs are available for customers to either build their own applications, or as you say, Paul, we also have ecosystem partners who have built specific apps for particular use cases. So that allows you to kind of build on the capability of that network backbone with other use case specific applications in the form of applications delivered by our ecosystem and API partners.
Yeah, brilliant. Because I think that's one of the game changers that we're seeing at the moment. Because traditionally you would take a network, you put some security over the network, but I think the additional things that you can get out, proper what I call the business outcomes, I think that's it. Anybody needs to start looking at that properly now. And I think that's where there's sometimes when you're looking at the 3 to 5 year business plans, I think it's almost you've got to stop for a minute, take stock and have a look at what's happening and come in at the same time, before you start jumping into those decisions. So I think if anybody's out there that's starting to think about that longer 3-year, 5-year tech refresh in your environment, I think you've got to really kind of see what's happening in the market, in particular with the likes of Cisco and Microsoft, and get a feel for how that might sit within your organization as well. So another question then. So all this new technology that's coming quick and fast, how do we give access to this to the smaller businesses in particular? So some of the enterprise businesses, yeah, it's still a challenge for them, but I'd absolutely say the smaller ones, it's quite a daunting fact that there is this new technology, and if they take it, how do they actually get the most out of it? What would you steer be on that one?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So I think obviously the challenges larger customers face, the enterprise customers, are actually very similar to the challenges our SMB customers face as well. The IT landscape is very complex. It's very confusing. It's difficult to navigate. Often there's staff that may specialize in one domain, but they may not specialize in another domain. So there's a big focus within Meraki and within Cisco broadly on simplification. So we're delivering, the solution isn't simple, so it's just still a sophisticated solution. So we're delivering simplification with that sophistication with that simplification, if that makes sense. So there's a big focus on that, and that is also a challenge our larger customers face, but that's any organization, even SMB clients also face that as well. And going back to what we mentioned earlier around the partnership with Chess, this is why it's very important for us, because we want these services to be delivered in a very easy to use consumption fashion, and working with your teams, Paul, around the right sort of SKU selection, the right architecture, the right validation, ensures that we together are presenting the right solution to our customers that they can actually use and take benefit from.
So yeah, so thanks, Zafir. So just as a last note, so we have started to build out this demo environment. It's good fun to come into and see some of the cameras and some of the environmental sensors and things like that to start looking at. So everybody out there, if you want to book a session, get in touch with your account manager or use the booking system to get somebody aligned to you. Zafir, thanks ever so much for joining today. Hope that was good for everybody, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the sessions. Thank you very much.